Welcome to the deep dive. We know you want the key info without the noise, and that's what we do.
That's the plan.
So today, we're strapping in for Formula One, specifically the Miami Grand Prix coming up.
Yeah, we're diving into the details, getting you basically trackside ready.
We've got the rundown based on what the experts are saying, and the mission, as always, is simple. Pull out what you really need to know about the race weekend.
Exactly. And F1 is back after, well, a bit of a break, wasn't it? Following those races in Japan, Bahrain, Saudi Arabia.
Right, that was quite the stretch. What some are calling a, quote, grueling international triple header.
Yeah, intense travel. So teams will be, looking to hit reset for Miami, which is happening May 2nd to 4th.
Okay, May 2nd to 4th, and it's the 6th race of the season already. Gives us a pretty good picture of where things stand.
It does. But the really interesting bit about Miami, it's a sprint race weekend.
Ah, yes, only the second one this year.
That's it.
Yeah.
And the big deal with the sprint format, well, it messes with preparation, doesn't it?
Totally. How so?
You only get one single free practice session. That's it, on Friday.
One session.
Yeah, so forget leisurely testing new upgrades or spending hours fine-tuning the setup. You have, 60 minutes.
That's incredibly tight. Imagine bringing a whole new package and having just that 1 hour to see if it even works properly.
Precisely. It ramps up the pressure massively from the get-go.
And speaking of pressure and performance, there have been some interesting results lately. What stood out from the last sprint race in China?
Well, the big headline was Lewis Hamilton grabbing that sprint win for Ferrari. Quite unexpected, really.
Yeah, a fantastic result for him in the sprint itself.
Definitely. But, the context is important, too. In the main Grand Prix races, he's generally been, shall we say, a step behind his teammate, Charles Leclerc.
Right, Leclerc got that podium in Jeddah, didn't he?
He did. So it suggests Hamilton still may be finding his feet consistently with a new team, even though the outright speed is clearly there sometimes.
Okay, so Hamilton's adapting. What about the other front runners? McLaren seems to be on a roll.
Oh, absolutely. They look really strong. You've got Lando Norris with a win and Oscar Piastri. Well, he's been phenomenal.
3 wins for Piastri.
3 wins already. And he's actually leading the championship because of it.
Leading the championship. Okay, McLaren are the team to beat right now then.
It certainly looks that way based on recent form. That consistency is really impressive early on.
But you can never, ever count out Max Verstappen, can you?
Never. He took that win in Japan, remember? Looked dominant again there.
And where's he in the standings?
He's sitting 3rd currently. Only about 12 points behind Piastri. So it's still very close.
Okay, so McLaren leading, but Verstappen right there. It really does set up Miami to be potentially quite unpredictable, especially with that sprint format thrown in.
Exactly. That's the key question, isn't it? How do these recent trends, McLaren's form, Hamilton's mixed results, Verstappen's presence, how do they translate to Miami?
Particularly with almost no practice time to adapt.
Right. The teams that can just nail the setup straight out of the box, they'll have a massive advantage.
Makes sense. Okay, for everyone wanting to tune in, let's quickly run through the schedule. It's a bit complex with the sprint timings in different regions.
Yeah, let's do it. So Friday, May 2nd, first up is free practice 1.
Right, FP1, that's 18.3 in Spain, 17.3 in Portugal.
13.3 in Argentina, 12.3 a.m. for Chile and U.S. Eastern Time.
Okay, 11.3 a.m. Colombia, Peru, and 10.3 a.m. in Mexico City. That's the only practice.
That's it. Then later on Friday, it's straight into sprint qualifying.
Sprint qualifying, that's 22.30 Spain, 21.30 Portugal.
17.30 road, Chile, USA, ET.
15.30 Colombia, Peru, and 14.30 Mexico City. Busy Friday.
Very. Then Saturday, May 3rd, kicks off with the sprint race itself.
The sprint race. Okay, times for that.
18.000 Spain, 17.0 Portugal.
13.0000 Argentina, 12.0000 p.m. Colombia, Peru. 10.000 Mexico City.
And then later on Saturday, we get the main qualifying session, the one for Sunday's grid.
Correct. That's at 22.000 Spain.
15.0000 Spain, 21.00 is ET.
15.0000 Colombia, Peru, and 14.00 Mexico City. Phew. Okay, and finally, the main event. The Grand Prix. Sunday, May 4th.
The race itself, that's 22.00 Spain, 21.000 Portugal.
17.00 Argentina, 16.00 Chile, USA, ET.
15.00 Colombia, Peru, and 14.00 Mexico City.
Got it. So make sure you double check those times for your local area.
Definitely. And if you're wondering where to watch, in Spain, it's DAZN F1.
Colombia and Peru.
Star Action and ESPN seem to be the places.
Mexico.
FOX Sports Mexico.
Chile.
Star Action and FOX Sports Chile.
Argentina.
Bit more choice there. Star Action, ESPN, and FOX Argentina.
And for viewers in the USA.
It'll be on ESPN.
Okay. And there's always F1 TV Pro too, right?
Yep, the official streaming service that's available in pretty much all those countries we listed, just not Spain.
Good option to have. All right, so let's just quickly recap. We've got the Miami Grand Prix, May 2nd to 4th.
Check.
Crucially, it's a sprint weekend, so very little practice time.
Big factor.
And performance-wise, McLaren's looking really strong with Piastri leading. Hamilton had that sprint win, but is maybe still finding consistency at Ferrari, and Verstappen, well, he's always a threat.
That sums it up pretty well. And putting that limited practice together with those performance trends, it does make you wonder what kind of curveballs Miami might throw at us.
Yeah, could a team just absolutely nail the setup in FP1 and ride that advantage? Or could the lack of testing cause unexpected problems? Reliability, maybe.
Could be. It's definitely shaping up to be potentially quite dramatic. You won't want to miss how things unfold right from that first practice session.
So that's our deep dive on what to expect in Miami. Hopefully that gives you everything you need to follow along.
Yeah, the mix of the sprint format, the track, the current competitive order. It's got all the ingredients for some great racing. Keep an eye on that practice pace.
Absolutely. And maybe a final thought to leave you with. Given how tight everything is and how that sprint schedule compresses everything, could we see a real surprise? Maybe a midfield team or driver having a standout weekend because they just clicked with the circuit early.
It's definitely possible. That lack of preparation time can sometimes level the playing field a little, or at least open the door for someone unexpected if the big teams stumble.
Something to think about as we head into the weekend.
For sure.
Okay, that wraps up this deep dive. Hope you found it useful. You should be all set for the Miami Grand Prix now.